I managed to deliver 3 children without so much as feeling a single labor pain. Thanks to a stubborn firstborn, all of my babies were scheduled for delivery via C-section. And since the third one was nearly 10 pounds, that's perfectly fine with me. I will say, though, that when moms start chatting birth stories, I do feel a little left out of the dramatic discussion, mostly because they wheeled me in at 7:15 for my 7:30 surgery, and I had a baby 12 minutes later. Just doesn't sound nearly as dramatic as I labored for 5 days, pushed for 19 hours, and delivered without any drugs. But I digress. This is not about birth stories. This is about the fact that while these 3 babies came into this world without any pain, I've paid my dues since then. Because after those 3 C-sections, I became a boy mom. To date, they've destroyed 14 windows, 7 window screens, 4 sheets of drywall, a toilet, don't even ask, a 60-inch flat panel television, that was their grandparents, sorry about that, and not to mention the doctor bills because of haphazard injuries. We've had a cumulative total of 43 stitches, 23 of which are on one child's face in 3 different incidents. Oh my gosh. 7 staples, 2 broken bones, 1 second-degree burn, and a partridge in a pear tree. Between the glass company and the ER, I'm hoping for a loyalty punch card. Every 4th visit is free. But seriously, I have 3 sons, who by themselves are pretty tame creatures, but put them together and I need a degree in rounding up circus monkeys to get anything accomplished. Not once in all of my childhood dreams, nor in the millions of games of MASH that I played, did it ever occur to me that I would not have a daughter. Never. Nope. In fact, if the MASH game were true, I should be driving a limo, living in a mansion, married to Kirk Cameron. Amen, yeah. And have 3 kids, at least one of which is a girl. But that's not how it happened. All around me, my friends were going boom, boom, girl, boy, easy. Looked really easy. So after my second son, I decided there must be a science to this whole thing. So before we started trying for number 3, I actually read books on the best time to conceive in order to determine a baby's sex. Yes. I read about my pH levels, his proximity to microwaves, the position of the earth in relation to the moon and the tide. I'm sure if essential oils had been the rage back then, I would have concocted some ginger root and dandelion juice to achieve the daughter that I longed for. But at our 20-week ultrasound, I was told that I had a healthy baby boy. And like the brat that I was, instead of rejoicing in the news, I cried. I cried all the way home. I pulled myself together enough to get the other 2 boys dinner and to bed before I collapsed onto the couch in sobbing heap. After all, they couldn't see me cry. What would I say? Mommy, why are you so sad? Because I'm having another one of you? No, I'm selfish, but I knew that the true reason for my hissy fit would necessitate years of therapy for these wild and lovely boys of mine. No, I held it together, cried all the tears over my loss of adorable tap-dancing tutus, absolutely precious Easter dresses, hair bows, painted toenails, and pierced ears, not to mention the fact that I would not be prom dress shopping or wedding dress shopping, and the delivery room, forget about it. Not that my non-labor pain experience would have been much help anyway, but I decided that day I would pull myself together and prepare myself for the life of being a boy mom. Though nothing really could prepare me for what this entails. The world is their locker room. Our yard looks like a PE storage unit vomited all over it. And don't even get me started on the urinating situation. We have all-out wrestling matches, indoor basketball games, and during the summer months, I'm typically the only one at the dinner table wearing a shirt. But there's the other side too. Being a mom to all boys isn't just about reminding them to take their nut cup off the kitchen table, or that clothing should be worn when playing an indoor basketball game with their brothers. No, there's so much more. Being a boy mom means I get to be the first woman in their life. I get to show them how girls and later women should be treated. I get to mold these wild and crazy boys into kind and compassionate young men. I get to do that. While there's no greater job than raising up the next generation, I get a front row seat to the process of turning boys into men. It also means that their childish, "Watch me, Mom," antics translates into actually watching them do something they love in the sports arena. I get to take these little boys all over the state to play football, basketball, and baseball. I get to hear their hopes and dreams during these long car rides. My husband assures me that it's completely normal that every one of them still has an NFL or Major League aspiration, and I am in no way to squelch those dreams. I may endure freezing weather and the summer heat to do it, and others may think my husband and I are nuts, but if I get to see their heart's desire for a second, you can guarantee I'm there. Because someday soon, those boys won't need me to get them where they're going. I'm going to cherish these nut cup tossing, smelly sock finding weekends spent at ball games while I have them. So while I don't have a daughter, I do have sons. Sons who will one day be husbands and fathers themselves, hopefully to some crazy boys of their own, just so I can watch them lament over the destruction. I wouldn't trade all the frills of pink for what these boys have brought to my life with their crazy fun personalities, each so different from each other. Being a boy mom is so much more than I could have ever hoped or imagined during my tap dancing tutu daydreams. No, these boys have been entrusted to me, and I'm going to enjoy this ride, disaster prone as it may be, because they are my beautiful disasters.